Hello everybody, I am the Craftacular creator and today I am sharing a process video for Craft Roulette Revisited episode 20. The parameters for this episode are a Z fold card for project, dull green +2 for colour, the element is plants, and for random we have tearing. As usual, I write out my ideas. Even if I don't sketch, this still gives me an outline for how the card will turn out and gives me focus for the crafty items that I need to collect. For this card I will be using Lawnfawn What's Sewing On in green, Lawnfawn Noble Fair cardstock and Watercolour Wishes in blue. For stamps I will be using Lawnfawn Dandy Day and the Flip Flop. At this point I was undecided on the additional colour to use, but all will be revealed shortly. I begin the card by tearing the What's Sewing On paper. This is one of those parameters that I dread a little as I never know how it will end up, but shortly after I started tearing I realised how well it would work for this card. The theme is dandelions and dandelion clocks, and the tearing, due to the white core of the paper, revealed a soft fluffy feel, or that's what I thought anyway. With all three pieces neatly torn, I attached them with liquid glue to the previously folded Z-fold card. My measurements and folding instructions for these are simple. I start with a side fold A2 card and simply score the front in half at 2 1/8. I dare say this is much easier with a scoring board. I then add the Watercolour Wishes panels to the green pattern paper. Next I decide on the placement of my images. By this point I had decided that I wanted this to be a birthday card, and I had cut the Lawnfawn Giant Make-A-Wish word die out of the Lawnfawn textured yellow cardstock. I cut the stars off this as I didn't think they would work well with this theme. I stamped the images using Memento Tuxedo black ink on Neenah £80 Classic Crest cardstock. I originally stamped the dandelion clocks in black, but then a moment of inspiration struck me and I decided to heat emboss them in Lawnfawn Unicorn Sparkle embossing powder. I kept in the process for this as, let's face it, heat embossing really is quite magical to watch. My tools for heat embossing are an anti-static powder tool from Rabbit Hole Designs, Versamark embossing ink, a coffee filter paper to catch embossing powder, and a heat gun. Back to colouring the images. I chose my colours based on the colours of paper used. Caps will be displayed on my glass mat. As I colour, I will tell you about Craft Roulette. It is the ultimate YouTube card making game show on almost every Friday evening at 6:10 p.m. Central Time in the US, 12:10 a.m. UK time. Mary Gunn, the hostess, spins the wheel, 4 craft parameters are chosen, guest crafters react, collect supplies, and then spend a while crafting and chatting. It allows a great community of crafters from all over the world to get together via YouTube, the Craft Roulette Facebook page, and the amazing craftroulette.live website. Off screen, I fussy cut the images and started putting them together with liquid glue. To set the scene further, I cut a lawn fawn slimline grassy border in Noble Fir and attached this to the panels. I also decided that I wanted to add a little more green, so I die cut an additional Make-A-Wish in Noble Fir. Time to assemble. I attached all the images I had previously stamped and cut and coloured to the card, checked the mechanism of the card, and then ta-da! But then I looked again, it didn't feel finished. First, I added stickles in Stardust around the dandelion seeds. It looked pretty, but still lacking in something. So off to the Lawn Fawn Fanatics Facebook page I went, and put it to the group to make suggestions of what else I could add. The most popular vote was for clouds, so I die cut these and added them off screen. In case you're wondering, for the vellum puffy clouds I used vellum glue dots, which seemed to be quite effective. The second vote was for butterflies. I thought this was a brilliant idea also, and if cut in yellow they would bring the colour across the card. I die cut the Lawn Fawn pop-up butterflies in the textured yellow cardstock and then applied them using liquid glue. I also used chocolate bar cardstock from Lawn Fawn for the bodies. And finally I was happy. Ta-da! And then ta-da! I am happy with the way this card turned out and very grateful for the advice of fellow crafters. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Ta-ta for now everyone, take care and I'll be back soon.